Hey everybody, today I want to talk about my flight sim setup. First of all, I found an unused wardrobe in my home and I have converted this into a flight sim cabinet, let's say. It might have the same size like an airplane, but not with two seats, just with one seat. It has at the end four different screens, a big one which is a 5K curved screen. This is I think it's a 4K screen, but this screen is just for the uh, instructor with the PC keyboard and mouse and all stuff, and a RealSimGear G1000 setup which has also two screens. It means in total four screens. I have a radio panel, this multi-switch panel, which is actually autopilot, trim, flaps. I don't use the trim on this one, but I need the flaps on this one. A switch panel, some rudder panels, and a yoke. The latest one is the trim wheel for a Cessna 172. I have the single engine mixture prop throttle control, and there's also a USB intercom device where I can plug in my real airplane headset. The computer is an Xenex liquid cooled computer, and I have to read this. It has an Intel Core 4.8 GHz, 128 GB RAM, and the graphic card is an NVidia RTX Titan with 24 GB. I want to have the largest amount of memory on the video card for all the sceneries and rendering and all this stuff. Means pretty much memory, pretty much video memory. And the computer is a liquid cooled one, which is underneath the keyboard, which is a pretty powerful one. Other than this, the setup is for a Diamond Star DA40 with G1000. Means the glass cockpit is popped out on the dedicated screens, and I have real buttons to show you. Real buttons, which is pretty nice to get familiar with this G1000. On the instructor screen I can set up everything. I have VORs, I can potentially create scenarios like partial instrument fail and all this stuff. Set up the destination, and you can see also your route on the screen. That means I fly with the big screen, the 5K curved monitor, which gives a pretty nice view. The only problem is you cannot look left and right. I have to use buttons on the yoke to switch my view to the left or to the right, especially when I'm doing landings and all this stuff. I cannot turn my head. I have to use buttons in order to change the view. Any other big problem in the sim is actually you fly by trim most of the time. You don't have feedback on a yoke. That means you have to use your trim in order to see, not to feel that the plane is trimmed. Most of the time in a real plane you feel it when you trim on a yoke, but in the sim you don't do. You trim as long as you can release the yoke, which is not a right approach to do, and you should try to avoid this in a real plane. Okay, this is my setup. I have in addition some terminal charts, the US planning charts for VFR on my wall, so that when I'm flying in the sim I can have a look on my charts in order to know where I am, where I want to go. Yeah, this is my setup. Okay, oh, and just to mention, there's also a share. It's actually for gamers, but this one is designed also for Sims. You can have a stick, a real stick, between your legs, and it's a pretty nice, comfortable chair. Feels the same way, pretty the same way like in a real airplane. Yeah, nothing to say anymore. The rudder pedals are not the best one. Maybe I will change this. Let's see. I have to try today the trim wheel for the Cessna 172. This is a pretty new one. I have just installed and calibrated, but I'm not sure is it inverse or not. We will see. Okay.